why do you think personally that APSA has the political coordinator position? How does it relate back to APSA's mission statement?
So I believe that APSA has the political position because I see the benefits of talking about politics. I hold the belief that to not learn about politics is staying ignorant, and the reason that this actually relates back to APSA is due to the fact that APSA's mission is actually to, word for word, I believe it's to inform our members about current API issues, and I believe that's what the entire political coordinator position is about.
The model minority myth is an issue that affects the Asian American and Pacific Islander community on campus every day. Being the starting point for many negative stereotypes and discrimination cases, it is apparent that this concept is a core principle of API politics. Define and explain the model minority myth as well as what it means to APSA.
So to just define it, the model minority myth is a harmful stereotype placed onto Asian American Pacific Islanders where it stereotypes them to be the most successful and law-abiding citizens. In my opinion, the model minority myth is a very harmful stereotype because it doesn't celebrate the differences of all API individuals. And something I actually learned from my political segment, I researched about the model minority myth, and I found out that Asian Americans in college, the college students, they're actually more likely to be, have the highest suicidal rates because they tend to feel a lot of pressure because of this expectation from them. Sorry, what was the last part of the question again?
What it means to APSA.
So what this means to APSA, like I said, this stereotype very much impacts college students, and that is our main demographic for our club. APSA is all about celebrating the differences between all API individuals, and this the stereotype it works exactly against our mission.
Political coordinator holds a vital role in fulfilling APSA's mission statement, which, quoted, is to inform and involve all members in issues that may affect their lives or welfare of the community. How will you choose which issues to address, and how can you bring light to these issues, as well as resources that may address them in the greater API community?
Can you repeat it again? Sorry.
Political coordinator holds a vital role in fulfilling APSA's mission statement, which, quoted, is to inform and involve all members in issues that may affect their lives or welfare of the community. How will you choose which issues to address, and how can you bring light to these issues, as well as resources that may address them in the greater API community?
So as I've already stated in my speech, I actually do want to give more opportunity for our members to be able to pick what they want to learn during political segments. So I very much would want to involve their opinions and what they would want to learn about. Also, unfortunately, in our current political climate, there is a lot going on, and there is currently a lot of things that will always need to be addressed. As for how I'm going to pick the resources, I'll talk about it. I think it's very important to remember that there's a lot of bias in our media. It's important to always do extensive research, and in that research, I also don't just look at one source, but also multiple sources.
We'll move into our audience Q&A.
This past semester, APSA participated in its first protest in many years. Would you consider organizing like this again in your term?
I think that's a very difficult question to answer as of right now, because we will not know what the political state is when I would be political coordinator. We don't know if there will be issues that would be needed to address. Of course, there are a lot of things going on for other communities outside of just the API community, as for example, the Hispanic community, of course, is being very much targeted by ICE, and so that organization, like that community, held a protest, and of course that's something that APSA did participate in. That was something. Well, if we are not able to do a protest ourselves, then I would, of course, always want to highlight other protests going on campus and be able to try and participate in that if I personally can't organize one myself.
It is a new bylaw to help coordinate night market with the cultural coordinator. How would you proceed with splitting up the work?
I think that to split up the work evenly, it's very much about collaborating with the cultural coordinator. It's very much about making sure that it's even and we both feel it's fair and doable to do on our own. That the work we both each get is doable. And so I feel that very much when it comes to this, the most important thing about collaborating is that you are communicative to the person you're working